If it weren't for the efforts of the Northern Viaduct Trust, the two Victorian edifices featured in this video would now be in a state of disrepair. The first is Podgill. Access is gained by taking the path along the trackbed of the old Stainmore railway line from the Stencrith car park. Leaving the car park, it's worth gazing over the Millennium Footbridge with its spectacular view of the River Eden below, as its waters gush through a rocky gorge. What we see is, in fact, a partially collapsed cave system, known variously as Coop Carnel, the Devil's Mustard Mill, or the Devil's Grinding Mill. Returning to the trackbed, which is suitable not just for walkers but for cyclists, horse riders and wheelchair users as well, we pass an abandoned platelayer's hut with helpful information boards. About 3/4 of a mile from the car park we arrive at Podgill Viaduct. It crosses the attractive valley of Podgill, along which flows Ladthwaite Beck, some 80 feet below. The beck joins the River Eden a short distance away. The viaduct is built from local limestone, has 11 arches and a total length of 155 yards. Originally carrying only a single track, it was widened for a double track by the addition of a second, almost identical viaduct alongside the first. Podgill Viaduct was acquired by the Northern Viaduct Trust from the British Rail Property Board in the year 2000. The Trust restored and waterproofed it, and have linked the disused line with existing rights-of-way, one of which is a poetry walk. The adventurers can continue to Marygill Viaduct and back via Frank's Bridge through the town of Kirkby Stephen. For those wanting refreshments, the White Hare Cafe, with its warm welcome, dog-friendly approach, and good value, tasty homemade produce can be personally recommended. The second viaduct on our tour is at Smardale Gill. Although there is a small car park nearby, the route up from the village of Ravenstonedale to the south is a delight. Once past Smardale Bridge, part of the old drover's route, the viaduct comes into view, curving its way at an oblique angle across the narrow valley of Scandal Beck. The footpath, running parallel to the beck, takes us up to the viaduct itself, about 1.5 miles in all from Ravenstonedale. The viaduct was designed by Sir Thomas Bouch as part of the South Durham and Lancashire Union Railway, which crossed the Pennines to carry coke to the iron and steel furnaces around Barrow and West Cumberland. The viaduct was completed in 1861. The viaduct has 14 arches and a total length of 183 yards. The line was closed in 1962 after steelmaking had finished. For over 20 years the viaduct stood disused, deteriorating from lack of maintenance and exposure to the weather. British Rail planned to demolish the viaduct, but instead the Eden District Council protected it by giving it Grade 2 listed status. The Northern Viaduct Trust was formed in 1989 and in just 3 years repaired the masonry, stitched the weakened piers with steel rods, laid a new waterproof deck and added safety rails to the low parapets. Today the viaduct carries a permissive path, though closed at the time of filming for further repairs. This path links the two halves of the Smardale Gill Nature Reserve. Alongside other attractions, the reserve is one of only 2 locations in England where the rare Scotch Argus butterfly can be found. The return journey to Ravenstonedale completes a delightful walk of about 5 miles.